Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM, and it's time to cross over into South Australia. We're chatting all things Southern Ports tennis with the captain of the Robe Roosters, and unfortunately, he's not coming off the best weekend results-wise. It's great to welcome him to the show, though. Egan Regnier, good to be with you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Ellis. Not the best weekend for us, but I'm going well.
Well, we'll start with your game, Egan. Travelling to Lucindale to play the Cockatoos. It was never going to be easy, but in the end proved way too difficult. Cockatoos getting over you, and as you told me off air, not mathematically impossible now, but it has caused a significant dent in your finals hopes. Is that the case?
Yeah, spot on. I'd like to think I went over there pretty confident we'll get the win. We've had 2 wins on the trot, and we're hitting some good form. And Cockatoos were a couple of spots below us on the ladder, and knowing what was on the line, I thought we would have a good chance of getting the win. But the Cockatoos have got us twice this year by 2 really tight matches. And this one again on the grass. I don't know, we're not much fan of the grass down here in Robe at the moment. We don't seem to play that well on it. But Cockatoos, it was tight all day. We split the mix and we split the singles, and 9 sets all coming into the last 6 doubles. And the ladies for the Cockatoos stood up and they won their 3 sets in the ladies doubles, and just held on to win 13 sets to 11. So, not the best result for us, but we can hopefully bounce back this weekend.
That is the spirit. Well, there certainly would have been a lot of spirit on show over the weekend. Wimbledon Day is a day that everyone is excited for on the Limestone Coast. So we'll talk about some other results here in other action that unfolded in Lucindale. The Koalas, they defeated Kingston. So Kingston, again, probably not favoured to win the game, but this is not a result that they'll be happy with, given that they came into this game with some pretty healthy form, Egan.
No, Kingston actually got over the line in this one. They won. It was 12 sets all, and Kingston won by 5 games. So, this was probably the match of the round. It was, huge. What was on the line with whoever wins this can really push for a top 2 spot for the Div 1 Grand Final, and 2 really good sides. And I would have said, Koalas probably had the upper hand being on the grass, but Kingston were confident coming the day, what I heard, and Koalas didn't have their number 1 man, didn't help, but they still put on a really good fight. And looking at the scorecard and watching the few of the sets, it was tight. There was some really close tiebreakers, and the Kingston ladies got the upper hand. They won 5 out of 6 singles to give their team a really good lead come to the last doubles, and it came to the last set of the day, but Kingston just held on with the games, which very important for them and their ladder position.
Well, you're in the right place on the weekend if you wanted an absolute tennis feast, because in other action that took place in Lucindale, we had the Wombats getting over Beachport. So tell us how this one unfolded, Egan.
Again, it was 5th versus 6th on the ladder, so really a flip of the coin. Knowing the 2 teams, Beachport have their top 2 men out, and they have had for the last couple of weeks, which really makes a dent in their side. And the Wombats used that advantage. They won 17 sets to 7, so really good win for the Wombats, and they've secured their spot in the finals now. The Wombats men, they won all their singles, which helps them, and all their men's doubles. So they had just shows when you have a couple of your stronger men out, it puts pressure on everyone else to go up the order. And the Wombats took no passengers, and they had a really good win in that, and well done to them.
We'll move along and discuss the match between Francis Lucindale Eagles and the Robe Rebels. Now, when your side goes down, Egan, the one thing that you hope for is to drag down your bitter rivals with you, and on this occasion that is what occurred. So the Lucindale Eagles at least doing you guys a favour there where pride stakes are lying. So just tell us how this game unfolded.
Francis had a really good day over the Rebels. They had a really good win, 18 sets to 6. Francis, a bit like Kingston, their position ladder is so important, and every win counts so much on where they can finish. And they made sure they had a really dominant win, and it showed. they didn't just win their sets, they won them really easily. And apart from the two top women for the Rebels, all the Francis players did their part for the team and had a really solid win.
All right, let's move along and talk about Naracoorte and their game against Penola. Naracoorte winning this one pretty easy in the end. Unfortunately, it's been the story of Penola's season. Nothing really changed over the weekend for them, Egan.
Yeah, poor Penola, they hit a bit of a bad patch at the moment. I think they might be really hoping for the season to the end. Naracoorte went out and were really ruthless by the looks of it. They won 23 sets to 1. So, Naracoorte just showing their power and I guess probably scaring the rest of the top sides in showing what they can do. So, very strong win by Naracoorte then.
Egan, give us a rundown on the games that are scheduled this weekend. The floor is yours.
Kingston are going to host the Lucindale Cockatoos. I'm going to tip Kingston this week. They get the home ground advantage on the hard court and so much on the line for them. They will have a really good win, I think. The Rebels travel down to Penola. This will be actually a fairly tight match, I reckon. I think Penola might bounce back a bit more, but I think the Rebels will get over the line. Naracoorte will take on the Wombats, which, this will be another good game. Naracoorte are hitting really good form, so Naracoorte's going to win that one, I think. And Beachport play Francis. If Beachport do have their top two men out, which I think they do this week again, it's going to be really hard, and Francis are just going to keep pushing a lot of their opposition. So Francis will win that one, and the Roosters, are going to take on the Koalas down at home. Koalas are fine for a top 2 spot, and we're fine for finals, so it'll be a very tight match, I'm hoping, and I'm hoping we get on the right side of the result, so I'm obviously going to pick the Roosters.
Egan Regnier, before we let you go, let's just quickly give you the opportunity to mention something to our listeners. A pretty big week for you last week, Egan. Just tell us what you got up to.
I got married. So it was a very good weekend. Fairly big weekend, but very, very good weekend.
Well, congratulations to you from all of us here at Flow, Egan. Fantastic stuff. And probably the one thing you would not rock up to tennis for, I'd say. Good on you, Egan Regnier, the Robe Roosters captain and our man on the ground where all things Southern Ports tennis are concerned. We'll speak to you again next week. Good luck on the weekend. Thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks for having me.